2022 saw a tsunami of anti-trans legislation, but less than 2 weeks into the new year, 2023 seems to be saying, hold my beer. After all the good news that January's brought us so far, Dr. Dre dunking on Marjorie Taylor Greene, Katie Porter publicly announcing that she'd be running for Senate, we got some additional bad news. And this bad news targets a marginalized group, the trans community. So Axios reports that 11 states are considering bills to restrict transgender healthcare. Specifically, more than 24 bills targeting trans healthcare have been introduced at the start of 2023 state legislative sessions, according to the Associated Press. Now, to put that in context, in the aforementioned tsunami of anti-trans legislation of 2022, that was when at least 34 states introduced more than 145 anti-trans bills, okay? That's a lot. But if we're less than 2 weeks into the new year and 11 states, about a third of the states of last year, have already introduced more than 24 anti-trans bills, what the hell are we looking at by June or by November? Based on the current rate and the current trajectory, 2023 is set to blow 2022 out of the water with respect to not only suppressing trans-affirming healthcare, but criminalizing it, right? So Axios goes on to say that these 11 states, which are Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Virginia, so most of the usual suspects, have proposed new legislation so far. So that means additional red states, later on in the year, hell, they might demonstrate some profound grace and wait until the 4th week of January to try to crack down on the trans community. But 11 of these states have proposed new legislation so far, and they identify a really sobering example from Oklahoma in which Republican lawmakers introduced a bill seeking to make it a felony, not just criminalize it, which would be bad enough, but make it the highest form of a criminal violation for anyone under the age of 26 to access gender-affirming care. Let's think about that for a second. Not 6, not 16, 26. Not even 18, which is when by federal law and by both state law or all state laws, you're recognized as an adult. You can buy cigarettes, you can sign up and die for your country, but you can't get gender-affirming care if you're a trans person for yourself. For yourself, okay? And let's think about the profound hypocrisy of the Republican Party in this situation. And I feel like that's a recurring theme of this channel, and it is, because the Republican Party, more so than any other political group in the United States, are just abject, absolute hypocrites. The party of small government, the party that says big government needs to get out of just get out of our way. Just get out of the way, Mr. Government, Uncle Sam. Let us do what we want. Live and let live. As long as we're not violating the rights of others, let us enjoy the United States in all its untrammeled freedoms. We're the land of Jesus and guns and beer and bald eagles and liberty. And we should just breathe that in and let us enjoy it. Unless you're a trans person seeking gender-affirming care, and then you need to be 18 plus 8. Now, you might be asking, why not 9? Why not 10? Why not an additional 18? And I'm sure they're probably thinking about it. We really don't have a reason to keep us from doubling the age. It's probably what a lot of these conservatives are thinking. It's arbitrary. It's cruel. It's hypocritical. And beyond that, there's no scientific basis or medical basis or rational basis for this legislation. And that's really what I want to dive into just to kind of wrap up here. A reminder that every major medical organization in the United States, like the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Psychiatric Association, these are the groups to which we always refer in our day-to-day lives. Like when you go to a doctor, you expect your doctor to practice AMA practices, right? If your doctor came out and said, hey, listen, what all these all these doctors, what the big doctor industry keeps telling us. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to cure your disease by bleeding it with leeches, or by taking a hammer and a chisel and just like popping out the humors. You would absolutely categorically reject that, as well you should. Every single damn day for your mental and psychiatric help, you, whether you realize it or not, defer to the collective wisdom of these group of experts who are not perfect, but are probabilistically the best authority that we possibly have to make these decisions. When you go to a surgeon, the surgery practices are those that are recommended by medical authorities and approved by medical authorities, right? These people aren't mavericks just doing their own thing without any sort of medical oversight or any sort of peer-reviewed research or anything like that. We defer to experts in this country. And the experts say gender-affirming care is good for trans people. It saves lives. It reduces the rate of suicidality. It reduces the rate of psychological distress. And that alone should mean that all these lawmakers trying to introduce legislation that defies the psychiatric and medical consensus, they should withdraw them immediately. But they're not going to, because it's not about science. It's about cruelty. It's about scandal. And so hopefully this will open your eyes. Obviously, if you're a progressive, you're already on the same page. If you're anywhere left of center, you recognize this for what it is. But hopefully, if you're a centrist or moderate watching and you're not quite sure, this will give you pause. The fact that this violates conservative principles of small government and negative rights and the right of people to do what they will, and also the fact that there's no rational scientific or medical basis for it. That should also give you pause as well. So hopefully we will see these bills fail, but I'm not too optimistic. Hey you! Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, and I hope that you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And if you absolutely hated the video, the best revenge for you is also to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. That'll teach me. If you want to share an opinion or share some feedback, go ahead and leave a comment, all right? 2023 is a year of change, hence the aggressive rebrand and commitment to new content. Inspired by my friends Luke Beasley and STV Philly, my personal goal for this channel is to hit 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I'm hoping you'll do me a solid by spreading the word and the videos to potential fans and hate watchers alike. And in the meantime, we'll be pondering politics again with you very soon.